everyone, welcome back to the channel here. So today we are taking a look at my recently purchased and restored 2009 Dodge Challenger SRT8. So to start here, this is going to be a pretty in-depth review on the exterior and on the interior, but we're going to actually look at the sticker to start out with. So this is a 2009 Challenger SRT8 limited edition with a base price of $40,220 and a total price of $45,925. There's the gas guzzler tax of $1,300 and the customer preferred package 21X, SRT option group 2, 6-speed manual transmission, which is a $700 addition. Track pack on this one, 392 axle ratio with blah, blah, blah. Hill start assist, power sunroof, Uconnect nav with Sirius traffic, and some other things. This comes with the 13 kicker SRT high performance speakers, which is awesome. A nice subwoofer and amplifier, and just the other all normal SRT goodies. So anyway, why I bought this car here, it's first of all, it's a masculine, muscular looking muscle car. That's what it is. So if we take a look here, you'll notice right away the bright red Brembos. So on the front it comes with 6 piston Brembos, on the rear 4 piston Brembos. They stop this car very, very nicely for being such a large car. Curb weight on this, I want to say, is around 41 or 4,200 pounds. Back in the day, that was a lot. Now, not necessarily with, smaller cars weighing more and more because of hybridization and battery packs and whatnot. So if we take a look along the side here, this is, you're going to notice about the same dimensions here as all the other LX cars. So the Magnum Charger 300. This is very similar in size to my Chrysler 300, which I have over in my other garage here. And if we were to compare both of them side to side, the length and the width wouldn't vary too much. So moving on to the back here, you have a very nice satin black deck lid spoiler with SRT logo in the right side of it. Looking at the back here, pretty standard Challenger back. You've got your lights here. This was in the time before LEDs, so it was just the typical, halogen brake lights, and no parking sensors on this. So kind of something tough to get used to, as most vehicles that I've driven have the parking sensors. This does have an upgraded exhaust on it as well. That came with the manual track package. And moving along the side here, we've got some 20-inch by 255 tires on the back, 20 by 9, I believe. 255s on the back, 245s on the front. So we've got these little mirrors as well on the side, kind of hearkening back to the olden age of the Challenger here, kind of that more retro look, and they do function nicely, I do have to say. Sunroof on the top, 6.1 liter Hemi V8 badge on the side, and a nice from the factory carbon fiber sticker that goes along the hood. The Dodge emblem, the old style Dodge emblem, and some functional hood vents. Along with the front here, we've got the Challenger SRT logo. This is actually still a very I shouldn't say modern, it's the retro look, but it is modern in today's standards. Still fits up very well for being a 2009. A very deep, low hung front fascia on the vehicle that looks very, very mean, very, very powerful and strong. And next we're going to pop the hood. Easy hood pop. They want you to make it easy because you need to show off your Challenger. There we go. So underneath the hood, you've got a Hemi 6.1 liter V8 that pushes out 425 horsepower and 420 pound-feet torque made it to a 6-speed Tremec 6060 manual transmission. The Tremec 6060 is probably one of the best transmissions on the market today, as it's fitted from the factory for 600 horsepower. So there's definitely room to tune this or add any modifications that you want onto the engine. So if we take a look at it in all its glory, if we look a little deeper, you can notice that the block is Hemi orange, which is pretty cool. Harkening back to those old days as well. So we'll close the hood and we'll hop on into the interior here. Actually, first I want to take a look at the trunk. So one thing these LX cars are known for is their massive trunk size. And that's one thing I want to speak about here. So the one negative about the Challenger, there's no real good place to open up on the trunk. You kind of have to grab onto the metal and onto the plastic. And you can see here the trunk isn't necessarily padded too much. But when you get into it, there's a lot of room for golf clubs here. There's a lot of room for everything. You've got storage even underneath, which stores your battery. A fix-a-flat kit, since that's what these tires are, which is actually pretty nice, and then a spot for a cover or anything else that you want to store in here. But nice little storage area underneath this, I guess you could call it carpet possibly. There's your kicker sub in the back of the vehicle, and just a massive, massive trunk. And the best part is these seats fold down. So when you get into a lot of cars, the rear seats don't fold down, but in this coupe, it does fold down. So you have all of the trunk and the whole cab of the vehicle to throw stuff in. So you basically have till your seat goes back to put stuff in the back of the vehicle. So the usefulness of this Challenger compared to like a Camaro or a Mustang or a BMW 6 Series, anything like that, is much better than any of those vehicles. The only problem is now there's no place to really grab on to close the trunk. So you either have to close it on the deck lid or touch the paint, or there is like a little metal inlet here to close it. Not the best design or build quality by Chrysler by any means. So we're gonna just let it close. And now we'll hop into the vehicle. So noticing right away, the Challenger came with this door sill protector here. It's chrome. If we look at the doors, this is one thing I really like. Pure Alcantara suede on the side of the door to give it a little bit of a better look here. Leather on the sides, some faux carbon fiber right here, just like on the steering wheel to grab onto. A tiny little door opener, which is kind of tough to get to when you're getting in and out of the car. A little bit of storage here along the sides of the door. Some kind of hard plastic here, reminiscent of Chrysler cars of this age. A big long door. And then if we are to hop into the vehicle, this is a coupe, so even though it's a large vehicle, it's still sort of tough to get into. So looking around the vehicle here, this is one thing that is unique. The Challenger SRT logo is by the right passenger air vent. So when your passenger is sitting in his or her seat, he or she can see that you are in a Challenger. Looking down, here's the key fob. No remote start, as this is a manual. They did not come with remote start, but the newer Dodge key and push to start, which is pretty cool in a 2009. Here you've got the manual transmission. Awesome shift lever, very strong, very masculine. If you're looking at the gauges here, not a bad look for 2009. This is when Dodge, and I should say Chrysler in general, was using white gauges for everything. So on the left, you've got your gas. On the left middle, you have your speedometer. On your right middle, you have your RPM gauge. And on the far right here, you have your temperature gauge. So everything is pretty thought out here in the in the dash of this 2009. My phone does still connect to the Uconnect system, although in order to play music, if you want, you need to connect either aux or the USB. But the nav works fine. Everything works as it should. And it's honestly pretty modern for a 2009 vehicle. You do have cruise with this as well, and your brights, blinkers, everything like that. So one thing to notice here in this Challenger, what it doesn't have compared to the 300, you don't get automatic headlamps, I should say, and you don't have automatic wipers. So your brights are not automatic. You have to do those manually, and your wipers are not automatic as well. And you don't have those cool little headlamp washers that the 300 did as well. But looking here, you've got 4 different stages of air: hot, cold, and then your different areas to cool or heat your body. And that's actually pretty cool here. Most cars have auto climate control in them now, and this one does not, but that's again kind of harkening back to the old ages of Dodge. Heated seats in this though, which is kind of cool. And you have your electronic stability control right there. The seating position in this, the one thing you're going to notice right off the bat, this feels like a massive car because you cannot see over the hood. And I don't have much room. I maybe have an inch or two of room between my head and the actual roof line. So I can't really sit up any higher than this, and I can't really see over the hood. This is eye level right now. That is my eye level. That is what I see. So kind of a larger car. The clutch is hard. It's not a soft clutch by any means, which is good. You know when you need to shift the vehicle that you need to press a little bit harder on the clutch. But here's what I mean about the handle to get out. It's right by the seat, so it's kind of tough to grab. Instead of, you would think maybe it'd be a little higher, but it is not. Pretty self-explanatory though. The door is just massive on this thing. You feel like you're in a bank vault in this vehicle, and that's something that is known for all the LX vehicles of this era: 300, Charger, Magnum, and this Challenger. So if we're looking at the seats here, you have the SRT logo embroidered in the seat, and you have this red little inlay that you get on all of the seats, including the back. If you own the black vehicle, if you own a different color, of course it is matching to that exterior color. But the seats in this, I really like. Alcantara suede in the middle and on the back. Give yourself a little bit of cooling here. Perforated seats. The seats on this are very similar to any other SRT product. They're big, they're bolstered, they're comfortable. They're just massive, and they're sweet. So if we look here at the glove box, nice little area. Not huge by any means, but enough to throw some stuff in. 2 cup holders that do light up at night. You can see there a little place here to put your keys or whatever, and some storage underneath this heated seat console area here. So if we get out, we're going to take a look at the back of the vehicle. And to get to the back of the vehicle, it is actually easier to go over to the other side and get in from the passenger way. You can see here there's an option to not have the seatbelt in there. If you know you're gonna have passengers, you can just slide the seatbelt in and slide it out. And then there's a button or a lever on the back of the vehicle you can use to pull that seat forward. So if we look at the back of the vehicle, I've sat back here. It's honestly not bad. If I'm sitting behind myself, I do have some room. I would compare this to probably like a back of a C-Class Mercedes, a 3 Series BMW, Ford Fusion, anything like that. There's enough space to be comfortable back there, but you wouldn't want to be in this vehicle for, a multi-100-mile road trip. Otherwise, though, it is quite comfortable. You do feel like you're in a bank vault back here because it's a coupe. There's a little window to look out of. You definitely feel very safe back here. The low roof line here is attributed to the sunroof as well. And then now to put the seat back, you can either pull this and try to pull it back like that. And then there's manual controls right there to bring the seat back. So that does kind of stink. It's not automatic, but I understand why it can't be automatic, because passengers have to get in and out of the vehicle, and you don't want to be moving the driver's side of the vehicle that much. So you get these nice little carpeted floor mats here. I wish it did say SRT on the floor mats on the front and the rear, but you kind of get what you get there. And that's about it. You know, it's very reminiscent of the times. Some of that hard, like rhino plastic material. It's not super hard. It is softer to the touch. It's not like leathery soft like that. But a very retro and cool interior here. Matches the other LX platform cars. Close the door. That'll do it. So that is just a small review here of this beautiful Challenger SRT8. You get basically all the proportions of any of the other LX cars just in coupe form. If you're looking for one of these vehicles, make sure you do your vetting on the owners, and good luck to you. This has been a beautiful car for me, and I can't wait to drive it even more.